pretty weak when it comes to scripting as well. So
Mhm.
walking through helps me a lot. Like walking through and just showing me
What does what, right?
does what. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the for some reason the hardest classes for me in this whole
Mhm.
program were the math and the programming foundations, and I had the worst teachers for it that didn't walk through and tell you why you're doing this. They just said, do this, plug it up here, do this there, and then
So programming foundations, PGF1, I would agree that the class itself is that way because I had an amazing instructor for it. But
uh
the only reason I learned anything from it is, and you guys don't have this ability, I went up and sat next to the instructor during class. And anytime we were doing work, I just sat at her desk the entire
mm,
fucking time. Um, because I wanted to learn, because I knew how valuable programming was going to be.
yeah.
Um, Something I am going to do is I'm going to make a video for all of my teams, so please be paying attention to Thompson's tech support for that. I'm going to be posting a video in there of basically quick tips for coding in Unity, um, basically for all my teams, like the
Okay.
hold, control, hit, KC to comment, right? Or
Right.
whatever have you. All of those things, I'm going to make a video for it, and I'm going to post it in there for you guys because every single team has the same issues in the fact that they don't get told these quick tips, and these quick tips are extremely valuable. Um, and there's videos out there already for quick tips, but I've definitely noticed there's specific ones that every team member is like having headers in your coding. You
Right.
guys know what that does?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
So if you type in header and then you type in the header, it actually makes a bold header up top of your code in the inspector.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's like simple stuff like that, or having range on there allows you to have a slider on your inspector, um, like or require component, like all these little quick tips that they never fucking teach you guys, and I think it's bullshit. And then you get into Capstone, and you need to know the stuff because it makes life easier. So I'm gonna do a quick video for that. So just stand by for that. It'll probably be either tomorrow or the next day.
Okay.
Today's been extremely busy. So one thing I was going to point out, are you recording right now, Alan? Okay, cool. So, for the task list, I need to see. This is just me repeating it, not trying to beat a dead horse or anything, but just repeating it for the recording. I need to see all of John's stuff in there. I see nothing for him. His section is absent, as well as going through and looking at some of these tasks. I'm seeing tasks that are like 10 hours, 8 hours, stuff like that. I need those broken down more. If it's anything over 4 to 5 hours, it probably can be broken down a little bit more. And I'm looking at, right, I'm looking at your, it's actually cell row 11. It says get the tile mapping to work with our audio, debug menu, pause menu, and the inventory. You've literally broken it down right there. So just get debug menu, or get the tile mapping to work with our audio, get tile mapping to work with our debug menu, get tile mapping to work with the pause menu, get tile back with the inventory. And now you've broken that 8 hours down to 4 2-hour blocks. Does that make sense? And it's going to be easy. The reason I harp on stuff like this is it's actually helpful for you when you're actually looking at it, because then you look at it and you're like, okay, I have 2 hours before I got to go do this thing and I want to get some work done. And you look and you're like, every task I have is going to take me 8 hours. But when you have it broken down like that, you can be like, oh, this task only takes 2 hours. Let me knock this one out real quick before I leave. Does that make sense? It makes your life a lot easier. So the big two that stood out with me was a 10-hour task. You could literally say create tile map based on level blah, create tile map based on level blah, and just break it down like that. And I'm not saying you guys aren't efficient enough to do this stuff. All I'm saying is that make sure it's a good practice. I guess if that makes sense. 6 are a little high, but if you can break them down, do so. Otherwise, I know I could sit at my computer for fucking 12 hours straight and work, so I understand 6.
Yeah.
But sometimes the instructors are not a big fan of anything above 4. Mine is usually 5. All right, moving on from that. Let's look at the log from last week. This is this. Okay, so this is this week's hour log. Okay, so Hour log for last week. Okay, so last week you guys were good on hours, so I'm not too worried about that. Again, keep in mind if you don't get the full 40, you won't get full credit. It sucks. You guys are month 2, correct?
Yes.
And I did tell you that your PMP 6 work counts for hours.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours is the most for the video, right?
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Just obviously don't fudge the numbers. If you worked on your PMP 6 video for 4 hours, count 4 hours. If you only worked on 2, don't say 4.
Right.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? Like you can see the product of the video of someone who worked 4 hours, and if they're claiming 4 hours and their video looks like a 4-hour done video, great. But if it looks like a 30-minute done video and they're saying 4 hours, they're either lying to us, which is usually the case, and fluffing hours, or they really need some help, and both of which are going to draw attention that you probably don't want.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. Okay, make sure we're debugging. Was decent. I would like to see a lot of that new content that we were talking about last week. That was one of the big things about your guys' build. Back at all from your instructor?
No.
I think that's a negative, yeah.
Okay, Brian, right? Okay, so Brian, unfortunately, is really bad about getting feedback quickly. Tuesday is his feedback day, so yesterday.
So what does he expect? So, like, this week we can basically take any of his feedback that he plans on giving and just put it to the side, because, I mean, we're going to be making our own schedules for the project for this week to get our hours in. And we're not going to be able to incorporate any of his shit because he's lazy.
So let me ask you guys this, and be completely honest with me. Do you feel it's benefited for you guys having a producer?
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay. So with every benefit comes a drawback. The fact that you guys have a producer in Brian's eyes means that you don't need feedback as quickly as teams that don't have producers. Because of the fact that it is my job to give you guys feedback and kind of help guide you guys.
Right, but if he sees something different than you see it, like he would think that one part of the level needs this and it's crucial, and you didn't think that. If we didn't put that in when he's grading, because he's the one grading and passing or failing us, I would just hope that he doesn't fail or like take points off for things that he thinks we should have had when he didn't tell us.
So if a situation happened like that, which I've never seen him take off points for that, there has been stuff where he's like, I would like to see this, but I know that I'm giving you guys your feedback too late for you guys to implement it.
Right.
He's done that before. And when I went through Capstone, he gave us feedback late one time. And I'm like, I love that feedback and I think it's a great idea. It's not going in. I looked him dead in the face. I'm like, it's not going in the build. And I'm like, it's too late for us to implement it. And he goes, I can respect that. He's not out to get you guys. And if a situation did come up like that, where he did hit you guys on something that he expected to be in the build, and he gave you guys the feedback too late, then I would go and address that and take care of it. Guys.
Well, I guess what I really worry about is I watched your video, and you gave us good feedback, and in no way do I feel like we did poorly. I think that there's definitely work to be done, but I think we definitely stepped forward in some way. But I just hope, because he's not the one giving us feedback, that because he's the one grading it.
Yep.
Like it's just nice to see in numbers what our grades are, and in a way that's almost putting a certain size fire under our asses for the following week. Seeing him grade something.
I completely and utterly understand. And if you guys did bad, you want to know. If you did great, you want to know, because you want to know if you want to keep doing the same habits you've been doing, or if you need to readdress.
For sure.
I get it. I 100% understand. When I say he's late on slow on giving feedback, I say he's slow as in he's not Lebo. Lebo gives feedback literally the day of.
Yeah, the morning.
That's literally the best thing that comes out of Lebo's class is that immediate feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Brian usually he'll probably get you guys feedback sometime before the weekend.
Right.
And what he normally does is he'll do a play test with it without the build notes or anything. It'll be a blind play test and he'll record it. He'll give you guys the feedback on that. It'll be a 15 to 30 minute video, usually closer to 15. And he'll shoot that to you guys. Then he'll go back through with the build notes and he'll actually give you a grade based on it. So he's actually going to play test your guys' game twice. And that's one of the reasons it takes him so long to get back to you, because he wants to give you guys a blind play test as well as a play test with the build notes side by side.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it sucks, but he does prioritize teams without producers because you guys have me. And honestly, I would not be a producer if him and I did not really kind of have the same methodology, because he's one of the ones that, like, when I go in the capstone, I sit with all the instructors and they all have to agree to have me in the capstone.
Right.
So yeah, and debate between the two of us, we'd go handle it, and I'd fight it for you guys. And I do understand your irritation with it. Trust me, I do.
Right.
But looking from the outside in, I do kind of understand why he prioritizes teams without producers, because they don't have a producer to tell them that they messed up or that they're doing good or whatever have you.
Right.
The only person they have is the instructor. So,
All right.
I understand your irritation, but honestly, it's a battle that would just create more waves, and there's really no point in fighting it.
Sure.
But I do understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, I think if the
So-
problem arises and it needs to be discussed, like a grading issue, then we'll talk about it. I guess for now we just need to focus on just getting our stuff better.
Yep. Just focus on the feedback that I gave you, as well as any feedback that you guys gave each other, right? Because you guys should play testing each other's games, and just go from there.
Right.
I did briefly look over this tile map editor thing that you posted for me, Alan. I don't think you guys need this. The tile map editor by Thor Bjorn. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think what it is he made his own and he's trying to post it showing that he can make an editor, I think is really what it comes down to. Probably for a portfolio piece, especially if it's free. I think the one that's in Unity works just fine. There's no reason. There's no
Here's
reason.
a quick question.
Yep.
So when you're painting in the tile, just like a backdrop, if you're painting, can you throw a collider on that? So if we were to do like just say we're doing we paint a huge section long ways from left to right, and then right under that we paint a different color, and then under that we paint back to the first color. So like a walkway in the middle, can you put on those outside sections, those outside colors, colliders, so that we don't need like tile maps and putting puzzles together and trying to, or not tile maps, but like sprites. It's where we can just put a slab of color collider on it and we're done.
Yes. So if you look at the video, I do talk about this, and if I don't, let me know and I'll re-go through. Hell, I could re-go through it if you wanted me to, anyways. But what you're going to do is you're going to do basically a composite collider on the grid, and then on the actual tile map, you're going to have a tile map collider. And what it's going to do, and you're going to do used by composite, is a little checkbox on that. It's going to make a collider for that entire tile map.
Okay.
So those backdrop sides, that top and that bottom, would be on one tile map layer, and then that walkway would be on a different tile map layer that doesn't have a collider on it.
Okay.
Does
I
that make
just feel like
sense?
it'd be so much easier to just paint huge sections like that, get a level laid out, and then just be done, and we move on.
Yeah, you can. You can definitely do that. It shouldn't take too long to do that at all.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, if you want to break into roles, you guys can also do that. I've got another team that's doing that right now. That they've got two individuals that are big AI guys, and then they've got two individuals who are their big level creation guys, and they've got one individual that's just focusing solely on the player character. Granted, they have 4 player characters in one, but yeah, so like they've broken apart like that, and they're month 2 as well. And you guys are more than welcome to do that if that's easier for you guys. If you guys want to focus, I think you guys communicate a lot better and you guys flow a lot better than they do. So I think it would be good for you guys to keep doing what you're doing and just kind of keep working and pushing.
Okay.
But if it is easier to break into those groups, then that's fine. It's just two different methodologies of running game development.
Right.
So, but yeah, I didn't have really much for the meeting besides, going over the task list and the hour log. Builds this weekend. I need a build this weekend. Period.
Okay.
No excuses. So by maybe Saturday or Sunday night, what's up?
He said Saturday or Sunday. I like that better.
I mean, if you want to do Friday, that's fine. But the thing, normally I say at least Saturday because that gives the individuals who are working really hard, like Natasha was saying that she's doing overtime at her job right now. It gives them at least that Saturday to work. So if you guys want to get it to me Saturday or Sunday, that's fine. But I need one by Sunday night. If you guys are going to do a build Saturday or Sunday night, do the code freeze because it'll help you guys. I'm a huge advocate for code freeze, and when you do them and they work, you understand.
Right.
So get that to me. Let me know when you guys are going to get that build to me. When do you guys want to meet next?
So I say tomorrow we work. Well, I was saying tomorrow we work on stuff, and then we maybe do a meeting on Friday, and then if we were going to do a code freeze, I would say do a code freeze Saturday night, and then we do a build Sunday night. That gives Natasha plenty of time if she is working to have the weekend to do something.
And we'll just keep talking about her like she's down here too. I'm sure she loves that.
I'm saying her name. Waiting for her to chime in.
Natasha, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Wake up, Natasha.
Oh,
We love you, Natasha.
no. You better. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, that works for me if you guys want to do that. The
Okay.
meeting Friday, if you guys don't need me there, I would prefer to have you guys handle it on your own, but I can definitely be there if you need me. I wouldn't really have a purpose for you guys. I can definitely meet though if you'd like. I've just been in meetings every night. Actually, you know what? I'll be there. Never mind. That's my job. But I'll let you guys kind of run the meeting on Friday. How about that? Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, that works.
So I'll just come in and I'll mute my mic and I'll shut up and let you guys do what you want to do.
Okay.
Communicate and all that stuff. If you guys build a meeting plan document. Sometimes that helps. Just a document you guys post in Google Drive that everyone can kind of fill in all the stuff they want to talk about. Normally what I do, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. And then
Sweet.
any
Well, I'll be jumping in just general voice tomorrow, and I'll just be in there all day.
I'm probably gonna make that video I was talking about tomorrow. Sorry, I cut someone off. What?
Oh, it's alright. I was just saying I'll probably chill in there too.
Cool.
Again, if you guys are working, chilling in general is probably the best thing because that way, if anyone has questions, they can just ask because you're already there.
Definitely.
So, it's a huge thing I advocate for, and I love the fact that you guys are talking about doing it. So, oh my God, stop blowing me up. I'm gonna throw my computer. All right.
Is it the other teams?
It's
You tell them to hold their asses. Team Constitution has you right now.
No, and that's exactly it. I'm clicking through the Discord messages because I don't give a shit what they're saying right now. Like you guys are the team that I'm working with right
Is there a middle finger emoji I can send?
now. No, don't do that.
I'm
Don't do
just
that.
kidding.
I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to
I'm
deal with
just
that.
kidding.
Don't do that to me. No. No, you know what? Well, and the other thing is, so I get off Discord for an hour and a half, and I have 50 some odd messages, and then I get back on my computer, and all the messages start popping up like as notifications, like that pop in from the side. And I'm like, I've seen these on my phone. I don't need to see every single one. Like,
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah,
Discord needs to get their shit together.
yeah, they do. Especially because I pay for the Nitro, so
Yeah.
fix my shit. Did you? I like Nitro. I think. I mean, the main reason I get Nitro is because I use Discord for literally everything. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't use Discord for something. And so, out of respect, out of the fact that I literally use their service as almost a lifeline to my job, I pay for the night. That's literally the only reason I do it.
So yeah, what is Nitro? Like, you pay for Discord? Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. I remember you telling me that.
It's the paid version of Discord.
Gotcha.
So
How much is it?
I think, yeah,
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I think it's like $50 a year or something. No, $100. I think it's like $10 a month or $100 a year. Because you get like 2 months free if you buy the year straight up.
Hmm.
And I hate to break it to you, but everyone has Realm Royale. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, Realm Royale is a free to play game. But yeah, you now get free games, and that's actually a place you guys could possibly publish a game, right? Is to Discord. Now they're trying to do this stuff for that you get free games for like a month, and then I think it goes away after the month is over. But I mean, Nitro is a great fucking tool, personally. I have
I'm
no
not
idea.
sure.
I'm assuming they have an Xbox platform. I would assume so. That would be stupid if they didn't. Yeah,
you
how
should
dare you
stop.
be a
It's
human
annoying.
being? I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't understand half the shit you're saying. It's completely cutting out for me. No, you're good, dude. It's cutting out for me. It's not you. So
You should probably pay for Discord. Oh
yeah,
wait.
if you paid for Discord, it might be better. I'm just saying. hmm Okay. Okay. What's that?
Friday. Friday.
Friday. Friday tomorrow. Friday meeting. Everyone good?
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will let you go then. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Alrighty, you too.
You too.
All right.
Just enough thing he's saying.
Yeah, dude, you're just all over the place. I can't hear anything you're saying. What?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right, later.
All right, later.